Okay, so this is part three. We're going to make our own ammo for the bazooka. Thankfully, Unity has provided us with a nice little bazooka ammo mesh here. Let's take a look at it. The bullet. I'm going to drag that out here. And it is ginormous. Super gigantic. So I'm going to reset its transforms. And wow, that is a big bullet. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to scale this way down so it's hopefully about the right scale of the. In fact, actually, this is going to cause problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a empty transform, and we're going to call it. Doesn't come in at 0. That drives me crazy. Uh, we're going to call it bazooka bullet. All right. And then we're going to take the bullet and we're going to parent it to bazooka bullet. And I'm going to reset its position. There we go. And then we're going to scale it down. And let me take and move this forward a little bit so you can see the front of the gun. Don't rotate the this transform because there could be some issues. Uh, what you want is you want the actual bullet model facing this blue positive Z direction. So let's take and rotate it, and we'll put it 90 degrees. That's, yeah, it's already 90 degrees. Okay, so if you were to look at the move, if you use the move tool, you can see that blue arrow that represents the direction the bullet needs to be facing in order for it to fire correctly out of the gun. So let me shrink this the bullet model down. Make sure you're not shrinking the root transform that we've got. This one, don't scale this one at all. In fact, it's got a little bit of position. Oh, that's right, because I positioned it for testing. We'll put it right there. Then I'm going to scale down the child object. Yeah, that looks about right. So I'm going to reset the transform again, and we're going to save this bazooka bullet as a prefab. So now we have a bazooka bullet prefab. Let's take in. We could probably just get rid of it out of the scene. We've already got our bazooka set up. In fact, I never made a prefab out of it, so I'm going to make it a prefab. So now it's a gun that we can use over and over again. And I believe it still fires the machine gun ammo. Yep, it does. So we're going to take and make our new bazooka bullet into an ammo. So under here, we're going to go basic ammo, rigid body. Now, there's two types of ammo scripts I've made. Now, you can write your own ammo scripts using just extending, kind of like the ones that are in there. The important concept to understand is that the gun doesn't actually tell the bullet how to fire. In fact, everything associated with the firing effect is in the ammo itself. The gun is basically just a timed spawner. It tells the game object when to spawn. So when you're firing, it's going spawn ammo. It spawns the ammo, and the ammo says, I'm creating a muzzle flash. I'm making a sound effect from the gun. I'm doing this. It does all that on its own. So in fact, if we took our, let's say if I made a rigid body ammo, right, and right now, as is, with it like this, it will actually work. In fact, we could take our bazooka and then go into its basic launcher and replace the bullet with the bazooka bullet. It'll actually spawn the bullet. So you can see it's already firing. And the key there is that the rigid body ammo, I believe that particular script automatically creates a rigid body. Let me try it out. Let's see what happens if I took and put it out here. All right. So yeah, that script automatically already creates a rigid body. If you want some really specific parameters on the way the particular rigid body activates, you could put one on there. your own. Like maybe you have to have one that has a specific mass or something. In fact, I'm going to delete that since this is an instantiated prefab. We don't really want it in the scene. We want it in our project. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to add a rigid body to it just so that we don't have to rely on the one that it adds during runtime. All right, so we have that, and I believe I had a killer script on the other bullet, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look. Ultra Real Weapon System, Prefab Ammo, Bullet Basic Ammo. Oh, yeah, Time Destroy. That's right. So if I go back, go into the Bazooka Bullet, I'm going to add the script Timed Destroy. This is just a thing that kills it after a certain number of seconds. It gets rid of the prefab out of the scene. Now, you can have it do that any way you really need to. Like there's several different timed destruction. I think there's even one in the standard assets. This you can really kind of accomplish this any way you want. Just basically gets rid of the prefab out of the scene. So as of right now, we do have a working kind of grenade launching element. Oop! I ran out of bullets. All right, there's no sound effects and stuff because none of that has been set up. Like I said, all the properties associated to the weapon firing are in the ammo itself. So let's bring up this bazooka bullet, and just for continuity, I'm going to call it bazooka bullet ammo. And okay, so we're going to go in here, and we're going to add some more elements to it. So we're going to add a fire sound. Let's see, let's see what we got for sound effects. Do we have something that does like a whoosh sound or something? Let's see what we got. Flight wind? Oh, this is all stuff from the standard assets. Uh, Deceleration. Maybe there's like an explosion sound or something. No. Oh, all right. Nothing. No boom, nothing. All right. So I'm just going to use the, I guess the bullet sound. It's really kind of all I've got to work with. All right. And then we're going to go and the shell casing. We don't have a shell casing for this because there's none that come out of it. You could put a shell casing in there. Nothing's going to happen because we don't have an ejector. So it's not going to even do anything. Muzzle flash prefab. I believe I only have one muzzle flash, but it's just it's just an effect. In fact, let's find the muzzle in the project here. Muzzle. That is, here we go. So you go, yeah, it's so far away you can't see it. There you go. It's just a simple flashing element from the M16. It's just a particle system. In fact, if we wanted to be really creative, you could go in and delete that out, and let's create a 2D, or actually a particle system. And don't make it loop. Make it go like really fast. Go. Yeah, that's exciting. Let's give it a bigger emission mount. Like, actually, let's do it in a burst. So we're going to set it to 0. Get out of there. And then we're going to go add a burst, and we'll make it do 30 in one frame. See what happens. That's significantly. That's sufficiently horrible. Let's set the lifespan to like 0.5 seconds. Oh, that's awful. Give it a little speed. Isn't that wonderful? All right. I'm going to make its lifespan really short so it goes away really fast. All right. That is going to be our bazooka muzzle. Okay. And we will dump it into our project as a prefab. And we're going to go to our bazooka ammo. And we're going to put the muzzle flash right there. Oh, yeah. Right. So, you can also add a hit effect, but we're gonna wait on that one until we get through this part. So right now we should have some extra stuff. Wow, that particle effect is huge. All right, so let me take and see if I can maybe shrink that down just a touch. All right. What is the emission? What's the emission shape? Oh, it's a cone. Let's make the cone really small. All right. And you don't need to do any of this. This is just me being really picky. And then all right. All right. So I'm going to apply that to the prefab. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that in the scene. Excellent. All right. So you notice it's going. The bazooka isn't actually hitting anything because it's just kind of flying off into nowhere. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a plane, and we're going to make it really big and put it somewhere where the camera can actually. Oh wow, it's above it, isn't it? Ah, there we go. Look at that. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I've got a material I could dump on the ground here. Oh, that's going to work perfectly. No, it's not perfect. Oh, oh, come on. All right, this is going to do. All right, so, all right. Yeah, that looks like it hits the ground. And it's not doing anything, but at least we have a start. So in order to have an actual hit take place, we need to have a rigid or a collider on the bullet. So in order to do that, I'm going to actually bring this out into the scene, the bullet, and I'm going to zoom in on it. And oops, we're going to go up here. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to hide the visibility on the gun here. We're just going to work on it independently here. So we need, I'll make sure that's selected. We need a collider on here. So we're going to go collide. We need a sphere collider. It can be any kind of collider. It's just that's what's going to work for this particular guy. And it also helps to make the radius a little bigger than the actual bullet itself. Just for detection purposes, it makes it a little cleaner and simpler. All right, and we're going to take and apply that back onto the prefab. And I'm going to get rid of that bullet and re-show our thing. So we should have, it should collide now. Or maybe we don't have a collider on this plane. Oh, there is a collider. Or perhaps it, huh, okay. Well, let's see if we can actually get this to work. I'm not 100% sure if it actually collided with the ground or not, but I suspect it did, and it just didn't look. It probably killed it on. The script's probably killing it. So we need to go to our bazooka ammo since we're working on that, and now we're going to add a hit to the ground for when the bazooka ammo actually hits something. So we're going to take and create let's see, let's add a hit prefab. I think there's some in the standard assets here. Let's go explosion mobile. I don't know. We're trying it. We're gonna see what happens. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. So let's go explosion Please don't be horrible. Wow, it's gigantic. So that actually works. Now, that explosion is it's super huge, but we're just kind of making this up as we go. Uh, Now you'll notice it still behaves. It behaves like a machine gun, where it fires rapid fire. You can easily go back and change all that. Ooh, you'll notice that we have some leftover stuff here. This is because uh, it looks like the explosion effect doesn't have a destroy element on it, so it's just spawning it and leaving it in the scene for infinity. Now, if you are using a pooling system, it might manage that automatically, but in this case, we're not. So um, that would be a case where you would put the time destroy script on the explosion prefab so that it kills itself after a period of time. But we don't need to worry about that. That's nothing to do with the actual weapon system itself. That's just more of a case of, cleaning up your own scene. So when you spawn in objects, you make sure you get rid of them. Okay, so where did we leave off? That's right. We're going to make it not like a machine gun. So in here, you can go into our settings, and you have the shot delay. This is how long between each shot. So if I make this say 1 second, it'll go. It'll wait 1 second to fire. But a bazooka doesn't fire like that because you have to reload after every single shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the magazine size, which is the clip, and we're going to change it to 1, which means that it's got to reload after every single shot. So yeah, there you go. You have a something that's a little more like a bazooka, and that's really all there is to making a bazooka. If you wanted to make there's a couple different ideas that I thought of that I think it would be really fun to try with this system, and it's already fairly set up. You'd have to write your own ammo script, but you could make a weapon that fires a guided missile. And say you would do a raycast off the front of the muzzle, and it would send that information to the ammo, and the ammo would have a script that would tell it how to track a target. That's something that's possible. Um, all the motion stuff associated with the ammo is takes place all inside the ammo itself. So all you have to do is make sure you can make an object that can guide toward a target, and then you just come up with a way to get the basic weapon launcher, that your custom basic weapon launcher that will tell it to guide to that target. So those are some ideas I have, and maybe some of the stuff I'll just add to it. This can also one of the other things I wanted to use this system for was to make a laser weapons for spaceships and such, and I think there's a lot of uses for it. So hopefully I'm going to keep expanding this, and I hope you guys have fun with it, and feel free to send me any questions you have, or show me some stuff you've made with it. I hope you have fun with it. Thanks.